Web 2.0, social media and its impact on organization. So what is Web 2.0? Web 2.0 is a term given to describe a second generation of the World Wide Web that is focused on the ability for people to collaborate and share information online. Web 2.0 basically refers to the transition from the static HTML web pages to a more dynamic web that is more organized and is based on serving web applications to the users. Other improved functionality of Web 2.0 includes open communication with an emphasis on web-based communities of users and more open sharing of information. Over time, Web 2.0 has been used more as a marketing term than a computer science-based term. Blogs, wikis, and web services are all seen as a components of Web 2.0. Web 2.0 was previously used as a synonym for semantic web, but while the other two are similar, they do not share precisely the same meaning. So what are the elements of Web 2.0? Wikis. The website that enable users to contribute, collaborate and edit site content. Wikipedia is one of the oldest and the best known wikis based site. The increasing prevalence of software as a service, web apps and cloud computing rather than locally installed programs and services. Mobile computing, also known as a nomadicity, the trend toward user connecting from where they may be. That trend is enabled by the proliferation of the smartphones, tablets and other mobile devices in conjunction with the readily available Wi-Fi networks. Another element we are talk about is mashup. Web pages or applications that integrate complementary elements from two or more sources. Another element, social networking. The practice of expanding the number of one's business or social contacts by making connections through individuals. Social networking sites include Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, etc. Another we talk about is user-generated content. Writing, images, audio and video content, among all other possibilities made freely available online by the individuals who made it. Unified communication. The integration of multiple forms of call of multimedia, cross-media message management functions controlled by an individual user for both business and social purpose. Social curation. The collaborative sharing of content organized around one or more particular themes or topics. Social content creation sites include Reddit, Digg, Pinterest, and Instagram. Social networks in Web 2.0. Social network exists in various domains within and outside the organization, within and outside geographical boundaries, within and outside social boundaries, and many other areas. Such huge variation make the reach of social network grow to all the sectors of society. Keeping those in mind, the main categories are identified as social contact networks. These type of networks are formed to keep contact with friends and family and are one of the most popular sites on the network today. They have all components of Web 2.0 like blogging, tagging, wikis and forums. Example of these sites include Facebook and Twitter. Another category is study circle. These are social networks dedicated for students where they can have areas dedicated to the student study topics, placement related queries and advanced research opportunity gathering. Example of these are Pledgewing and College Night. Another category is social network for specialist group. These type of social network are specially designed for core field workers like doctors, scientists, engineers and members of the corporate industries. A very good example of this type of network is LinkedIn. Moving on to more category, we have network for fine art. These type of social networks are dedicated to the people linked with the music, painting and related arts and have lot of useful networking information for all aspiring people of the same line. Examples of such network are Amy Street and BuzzNet, police and military networks. These types of networks, though not on a public domain, operate much more like a social network on a private domain due to the confidentiality of the information. Sporting network. These types of social networks are dedicated to the people of sporting industry and have a gamut of information related to this field. Example of this is Earthlinks. Mixed networks. There are a number of social networks that have the subscription of people from all above groups and is a heterogeneous social network serving multiple types of social collaboration. Social network for the inventors. These are the social networks for the people who have invented the concept of social networks, the very developers and architects that have developed the social networks. Examples of these are technical forums and mashup centers. Shopping and utility service network. The present world of huge consumerism has triggered people to invest in social networks, which will try to analyze the social behavior and send related information for the same to respective marts and stores. Others. Apart from the networks outlined and we have just discussed, there are multiple other social networks which serve a huge number of the internet population in the multiple ways. Some of these networks die out very fast due to lack of constructive sustained thoughts, while others finally migrate to a more specialist network, as we have discussed, such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, Twitter, etc. So what is the life cycle of a social network with the Web 2.0? Web 2.0 get linked with the entire life cycle of a social network. For any social network, there are a number of steps in its life cycle. In each of the life cycle step of an online social network, Web 2.0 concept has a great influence. For all the steps in the life cycle, Web 2.0 has provided the tool and concepts which are not only cost effective but very easy to implement. Oftentimes, online networks have the tendency to die out very fast due to the lack of the proper tools to communicate. Web 2.0 provide excellent communication mechanism concepts like blogging and individual mailing, filter to keep everyone in the network involved in the day-to-day activities of the network. This is how Web 2.0 get linked with the entire life cycle of a social network. For any social network, there are a number of steps in its life cycle. In each of the life cycle of an outline social network, Web 2.0 concept has a great influence. Impact of social network using Web 2.0. The various elements of social networking using Web 2.0 have already a profound effect on the society as a whole. One of the most important group of people, the medical community, already has reaped significant benefit from the technology and is translating the same towards the betterment of the public life. According to a survey, almost 89% of the physicians used at least one Web 2.0 tool in their medical practice, along with some other impressive figures that prove how Web 2.0 has been helping in their day-to-day activities. One of the best implementations for social networking using Web 2.0 on a societal basis has been the site Chicago Every Block, where people can explore the crime patterns of the city through all the locations using mashups. This not only helps civilians to keep safe but also helps the police to track criminals based on the crime behavior. This site also hosts public record like building permits, business license, property transfer and similar such services that are essential for the common use. Social network built on Web 2.0 concept has become so cost affordable and easy to use that more and more people are migrating to this way. This has helped NGO and other social service organizations to create meaningful social network to reach out people in a much more structured manner and in turn benefit the needy and deprived sector of the society. Web 2.0 adoption in an organization. Web 2.0 solutions are used for the variety of business purpose. According to a survey study conducted by a Gartner as well, about half of the organization employ Web 2.0 solution for the IT functioning and roughly a third of organization use them for marketing, sales and customer service. 1 in 5 organizations reported using Web 2.0 for public relations or human resources, particularly in the recruitment field. The most common business benefit from using Web 2.0 based on the literature revision includes the increasing speed of access to knowledge, reducing communication costs, increasing effectiveness of marketing, increasing customer satisfaction, increasing brand reputation, and increasing speed of access to knowledge and reducing communication cost. Different types of network organization can achieve different benefits, namely internally networked organization. Some companies are now achieving benefits from using Web 2.0 primarily within their own corporate walls. In this case, Web 2.0 is integrated tightly into their workflows and promotions and promotes significantly more flexible processes. Externally networked organizations. Other companies achieve sustainable benefits from interactions that spread beyond the corporate borders by using Web 2.0 technologies to interact with their customer and the business partners. Fully networked organizations. Finally, some companies use Web 2.0 in a revolutionary way. They derive very high levels of benefits from Web 2.0 widespread use involving employees, customers, and business partners. Business analytics of social network using Web 2.0. Social networks on the web require a large number of users with a variety of specialist areas and behavior pattern. Studies of social networks and the populations combined with the business analytics reveal interesting facts and figures and help for a trend analysis in various fields. Implementing social network using Web 2.0 also help in performing faster analysis to identify the trend patterns. From the behavior pattern of the people linked with the social network, you can run analytical studies to predict the social, economical, and behavioral patterns of the community as a whole. This helps in advertising and promotions as well as linking one social network community with others. There may be a specific networking site comprised of a community with specific interest and producer can target these sites with their consumable on a business angle. Here, we end our data visualization module and will move on to the different analytical models and abstracting sense for organization using that.